had 700 women help carry the baton across the length of mainland UK. Starting in Land's End, it finished 74 days later in Groats. So I'm in Cornwall, and tomorrow is the start of the End2End Relay. And I am feeling pretty nervous, to be honest. This has been an absolute roller coaster of a ride, getting this adventure off the ground. But we're here now, there's no turning back. Tomorrow is day one, so we're kicking off in Land's End, hoping I get a good night's sleep tonight and to rest up, ready to kick off first thing in the morning. When I arrived at Land's End the next morning, and there was a trickle of women and they all came to say hi, and I could sense everyone was also a bit nervous. It's amazing, always on Love Her Wild, when you get these groups of women together, everyone just starts chatting, the ice is broken, and you just get this sense of excitement and everyone's just really ready to start.
So I just want to say thank you so much for all of you for signing up on my mad adventure, for being here today. I really appreciate it.
I'm Steffi, or Stephanie Boone is my full name, and I come from Truro in Cornwall. I'm leading the challenge for the first 2 sections, which is 10 days.
The amazing Steffi, who was our first leader, started with the baton in hand, and we did a big countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I thought back to, you know, the last over 3 years of planning and sorting logistics for this project, and it was finally happening. It just felt really surreal.
Phenomenal, really, that you're right at the beginning of something that's going to last for months, and feeling that you're part of something that's really special to a lot of people, the challenges that they're taking on.
My name's Amy Lewis. I'm here to do the walk because we thought it'd be a good way to remember our dad, who died unexpectedly of a heart attack a couple of years ago. There's 3 of us, so 3 sisters. So when we found out about the relay, we thought, oh, that'll be a really good walk to do for our dad. He was always good at dragging us out. He used to drag us out for walks and camping, and he was very outdoorsy. I've walked most of the coast path with my dad, and I know there's quite a lot of ups and downs, so they're not too bad.
It's been tough to begin with, as there are lots of really big hills, but it's been really good to see people achieving their goals.
My name's Dee and I'm from London. So this is quite a big challenge for me. I only started hiking, say a couple of years ago. I've done lots of day hikes, but I haven't done any multi-day hikes before, and it's been absolutely amazing to be able to do that, because I don't think I would have pushed myself as much if I was doing this on my own.
Hi, I'm Jackie and I live in Gorenhaven in Cornwall. Oh, I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, I like doing long walking anyway, but it was just so nice to walk with new people, and can't say I remember everybody's names, but it was sort of like you mix around all day and chat to different people.
We finished at this pub, and I remember turning the corner and everyone's friends and family had lined up and they cheered us in as we arrived, and I just remember getting goosebumps and just thinking, like, this is what it's all about, and seeing all the women hugging their family and the smiles on their face and the energy and inspiration that they took for that. And I thought, gosh, we've got 74 days of this, just think how many people that's going to impact. It's currently 5 AM in the morning. I'm about to head off to pick up 4 women I've never met before to give them a lift to the start of the End2End Relay. It's day 19 today. It's going to be a bit of a full-on day, but I'm carrying all the women's gear. I've got food and snacks and water for them to top up. So yeah, we're just going to see how today pans out, really.
Day 19 today.
Day 19.
Yeah. So we did 30 kilometres today. My step count is up at 45,000. So yes, the group has been fantastic, and Sue, the leadership today was amazing. Quite an interesting terrain today in terms of lots of sort of urban walking, but across Avonmouth Bridge, and the Severn Crossing was incredible, so yeah.
Well, the challenges felt a bit non-stop, as I thought they would be for a project this size. I wasn't there for every day of the relay. On one of the days that I was there, we were nearing the end when I got a call from one of the women who had been hiking that day to say, we've lost the baton. And I was like, what do you mean you've lost the baton? How do you lose the baton?
What's going on?
I've been a bit of an idiot and I've put the baton down. I went out for a wee. I didn't pick it up again, so we're just retreating up the hill.
Oh, literally, we've just come down the hill.
Yeah, so
Going to go back up to the hill and get the baton.
in the woods.
So this is where we were sat for our lunch. We just had a little quick drink stop, and Chris had gone to the toilet, and she popped out just a bit further there. So the baton, we believe, is somewhere in this like big wooded area.
You know, the baton's like this size and it's made from birch wood, so we were literally looking for a bit of branch in this woods, and I just like looked at the floor and it was just covered with all these bits of branches and twigs, and I just thought, we've got no chance.
So did you stop and wee before? I will come and help.
And we were probably looking for a good few hours when I thought, we're just, you know, it's getting dark, we're going to have to pull the plug. And I had the miserable drive home where I just thought, oh, we've lost the baton. Like, is it even a relay if you don't have a baton? But amazingly, that night, the lady that had put the baton down went back, and there were also some local women in the area that responded to a Facebook call that we put out, and they all returned to the area and they searched in the dark with their torches until they found it.
Oh my God, I've actually found it. I can't believe it. Oh my God. Yay! Got it.
So I knew for this relay to happen, one of the most important things of a relay is you need a baton to pass on. So I came up with the idea of launching a competition for girls to design the baton. The girl that did win came up with this beautiful design that draws in all the different elements of the relay.
So there's a group of women at the top, all holding hands. And then there's a tree and there's some deer. So the baton has come all the way from Land's End.
And the end result was this really beautiful baton that passed the hands of all the hundreds of women that took part.
They were looking for section leaders for the whole thing probably back in January, I should think. So I thought, oh well, yeah, we'll give that a go. Then it was afterwards I realised that, you know, it was quite an undertaking, but sometimes I think it's good to just like throw your hat over the wall to see what's on the other side. And so that's what I did, but it has prompted me to get fitter, lose weight, so that's got to be a good thing. An hour and 20 I think it is about. We're now here at the 3 wells. Who knows how much longer I'll be able to do it for, so it's like every day, every experience is precious.
Jane Buckles. I was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's 7 years ago now. I've always been outdoorsy, but I sort of lost a lot of confidence after the diagnosis. Didn't really know what to do with myself. I was retired early, so I'd got no plan in place or anything. I put weight on, wasn't looking after myself, and was going into the spiral downwards. So then I took to the chair. I became the little old lady. Didn't want to know about anything. I was listening to the radio one day, and the doctor was saying that a lot of older people make themselves infirm because they're not moving enough, basically. And I knew it was right, and so I decided to do something about it. Losing the weight, getting fitter, and I then thought, why can't I go back in the hills? I can still read a map. You know, the dementia isn't that advanced, that I can still look after myself outside. So I started walking again.
This is our bus. So here we are. Say again. 16 miles.
How does everyone feel?
I'm looking forward to a sit down and a shower and taking my rucksack off and starting all over again tomorrow morning.
We made it.
Can I just ask you where you heard about Love Her Wild?
Well, we heard about it from a friend whose 50th birthday it was about 2 or 3 years ago. So this is her 50th, non-50th celebration.
Ah, is she here?
She is indeed.
Tara, happy birthday to you.
I didn't start getting into adventuring and getting outdoors, hiking and camping until my late 20s. On a bit of a whim, I decided to hike the length of Israel. It's a 1,000-kilometre trek. At the time, found myself stuck in this loop in London, really dissatisfied with work and struggling with my mental health and looking for a change. So I threw myself into this big adventure and yeah, it completely changed my life forever. I signed up to a few outdoor groups and a few courses, and almost on all of them I was the only woman. But then when I came back from doing that 1,000-kilometre trek, I realised how much I'd taken away from that and how much it had given me, and it just seemed a real shame that not more women were accessing the outdoors. So I decided to launch this little Facebook group called Love Her Wild, and it just absolutely snowballed and grew into this really big community of thousands. With Love Her Wild, we're able to offer an alternative and a space that's positive and inviting and non-judgmental, which perhaps allows women a safe space to be able to take those steps, where ultimately what it comes down to is having a space where your gender just doesn't matter. It's never going to be a thing.
Okay, everybody ready? Yeah. Let's go then.
Good stuff.
Straight across. Yeah, we need to be going straight across to there. Yeah, they're just really inquisitive, that's all really.
So here we are, and we're nearly at the end of section E, and we haven't had anything to worry about really until just now. Let's have a volunteer to go down the field. When we came into a field that was full of cows, and the cows, we'd had prior knowledge that they were a bit frisky, and so they came thundering across in our direction, and so we decided we would take a detour around the field, and we went headed in one direction, and then we headed in the other direction and climbed through the fence, and now we're looking at them over the stile that we should have crossed. So they're quite intimidating actually. I wouldn't go in there. Anybody else fancy going in?
I don't know who's more curious, us or them.
There is, isn't there? Yeah. It looks like they're lining up for a school photograph.
That one in the middle is the leader, look at him. Head down, you're having it if you come in this field. I don't know, he keeps putting his head lower. Look, he's doing that with his foot.
Oh, is he? Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they win.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is sensible.
I'm going to let you have that one, boys.
There we are.
Yeah, they're like,
We were really lucky to have this amazing lady called Brittany. She is my absolute angel. She's my saviour.
I had brought biscuits and I thought biscuits probably a bit too early right now, but I've got biscuits for later.
Originally, when I first organised this relay, I knew that there would need to be support quite consistently on the relay, and Brittany stepped forward and said, listen, I've got a gap in my diary and I want to do a big adventure. Can I join the relay? And I'll be happy to be support and help with any logistics that you need. And I honestly thought this is too good to be true.
I'm going to be doing the whole route. So I started off in Land's End on the 16th of June when it started out, and I'll be finishing on the 28th of August when we reach Groats. I think it's really important for people, or especially women, to be outdoors, because at the moment it is still quite a male-dominated place, and I think a lot of women feel that it's daunting. And we've had a whole mix of ages and abilities and stories as to why that they're there. Some were just saying, oh, it's nostalgic, I came to Cornwall when I was 25, and then there's been other women saying that they're just getting over cancer treatment and this was their challenge to come and walk on this with us. So it's really inspiring hearing all of these stories and meeting all of these women.
How's everyone doing? Yeah? Amazing. Has everyone had a drink since we started?
The part of the relay that really stays with me are the wider community and the wider team that help make that possible.
This relay, I think it's awesome. But having done a lot of multiple-day hikes myself, the logistics can be quite challenging. So I ferried people to the start this morning. I'm meeting them at pre-agreed points in the day because I think today is the hottest day of the walk so far. So I gave up work. My marriage broke down. I moved back home to Shropshire. Consequently, I ended up having to give up work and become a full-time carer for my daughter. It wasn't in my life plan. I never thought I would end up in this situation. And the battering it takes to your mental health is quite hard, and your physical health as well. So when the kids were off at school, I would always go and walk around, and that would be my escape. So for me, the physical and mental health benefits of being outdoors, the impact was outstanding, to be honest. Which is why I'm really keen to make it possible for as many people to be outdoors, and the fact that just for this section of the relay, had those people not been able to logistically get from A to B without me helping, they probably wouldn't have engaged in the relay. And it's no bother to me, but it's just given somebody the opportunity to get outdoors and be part of something that's pretty big and pretty special.
Oh, I think we do.
It is 17th of July. We are walking from Yulgrave to Hathersage, and this is us. Oh, sorry. It's quite hot. Pretty hot. How's your cycle been?
Last section not so fun. There was a lot of gravel and like deep rivets. I saw some Land Rovers come up that were literally on the side. I was like, my gosh, are they gonna flip?
Ask what snacks people have got.
Oh, sandwich. A vegan sausage and avocado wrap. Oh, I've got two. I have cashew nuts and not mini cheddar. Mega cheddar. A mega cheddar.
Next part of the day, on the way. Where are we walking to?
We are just about to go through the grounds at Chapler, and
And you're asking me as I've got a full mouthful.
That's very convenient because I've been asking everybody what their snacks are. What snacks have you got?
So I'm eating a very, very melted dark chocolate and apple together. I have, yeah, we're about to stop for some lunch, so this is going to keep me going for the next half an hour. It's going down well.
Delicious.
It was really wonderful to see just how much variety of participants we had on the relay. Women of all ages, you know, women who are 18 to women in their 70s, from different backgrounds, doing different jobs from different parts of the country. And I think that was a really amazing and powerful thing to all come together with this one goal in mind, and to show that it doesn't really matter who you are or where you're from, but when you put on your walking boots and you come together in a supportive team, you're able to get on and be kind to each other and look after each other, and focus on your goal of getting the baton to the end of the day.
But yeah, we'll head up and over the Pentlands, and then we're going to drop down. We'll get down to the reservoir on the other side of the Pentlands for lunch, where Pretty's hopefully going to meet us, and then through to Broxburn. We have the baton. I'd love for either of you to take this to start off. Do you want the baton?
I've come up from the Surrey, Hampshire way. I'm a nurse, so I've got friends up here that I've worked with in healthcare for quite a few years. So from a scientific point of view, there is so much evidence that being physically active in the outdoors is really, really good to our physical and mental health. For me, it's about this, it's about meeting people, it's about new experiences. And again, that recharges what I call my emotional battery and gives me that little bit of energy boost that helps you get through all the stress and hassle of being, particularly my job, an indoor job.
You just feel such a connection with people. It's just, I'm definitely more of an introvert, and the outdoors is just my kind of haven from everything. You know, I find it really important for my mental health. Your worries don't float away, but you know, it just feels you're more embedded and grounded, I suppose. I'm good, yeah. It's been a lovely walk today. We've just been along the canal and enjoying seeing all the barges and a lot of cyclists, so it's been a bit different from the last couple of days.
It's been so beautiful today. Everywhere you look, it has been, one minute you're enclosed by beautiful trees by the canal, the next minute you're overlooking the Trossachs that was pointed out to us earlier. We can see so far from here, and it's just, I've had a really, not to be dramatic, I've had a very stressful month, and this is the ultimate antidote, because even thinking about like, everything melts away when you just have to think, I just want to get to lunch. There's something about like women carrying the baton from the two furthest points on the country that really inspired me, and thought I really want to be part of that, because women are in the wilderness, we are outdoors, but we're not visible, and yeah, it's an incredibly powerful space for women, and more women should be doing it and should feel safe and included, and this was a great way of doing it. Because everyone's coming from a load of different positions. There will be some people whose fitness has been impacted by recently having kids or having, you know, not the opportunity to go out and do stuff like this. And that's what's good about it. It's everyone can come in at whatever level they're at and do it. And it's about what your body can do, not what it looks like. And I think as women, we get the message constantly that like our worth is what we look like. And so it's nice that even I have the confidence today to be like, well, I'll talk to camera with unbrushed hair and an unmade up face, because it's not really what it's about.
I'm from Glasgow, and if I'm not walking, I'm either cycling or crafting. I think it's important to encourage more women to get outdoor and get more exposure rather than your routine life where you get bored, especially if you have young kids and you have that routine. So to get out of that daily routine and give that extra time to yourself, it's important, and it's challenging as well. Yeah. So So activities like this, it really encourages you, and I would really love more of these kind of activities, yeah.
So today we went from Drimmen, and our end point is River Dennin at the bottom of Benlund, and it has been amazing weather, totally unseasonal, and it's just been a great group of women to walk with today. It's a very scenic route today. We've come over something called Conic Hill, where you get spectacular views down over Loch Lomond and the islands, so the weather's just made that extra special. And now the remainder we've got of today's walk is pretty much lochside all the way around, so a bit of shade. A bit of shade, yeah. It's hot.
Well, I'm here with two of my best friends who I roped in, but we've turned up. We didn't know whether it was just going to be us or if it was going to be more people, and straight away, women are just amazing at just talking to each other and telling everything about each other, and you know, by the end of it, you'll feel like you've made some lovely friends from it too. And I think the power of connection and just being out and really supporting one another, and just, you've all got something in common because you've all signed up.
I was really excited when this came up to actually get out and have a day with women, which is really nice. Often it's me leading a group of men, so yeah, it was really nice. And yeah, I'm on the West Isle Way, which, you know, there's no better place to be.
I have been walking with the rest of the Love Her Wild relay team today. It's been amazing actually, each day, no matter whether it's a few women or a big group of women. Every day I've kind of come away just feeling like it was a really lovely atmosphere, very supportive, and it's been wonderful to see that so many people, and yet the same feeling has come away from each day.
So the last day of the relay, gosh, there was a lot of emotions. I was just so relieved that it was happening and it had all gone okay and as planned. I was excited for the women that were hiking that last day. I felt just really emotional that this big project had come to an end, and just every emotion you could imagine was just swirling, and it was like, I woke up that day and just remember feeling it had like this different quality, and I just spent all day refreshing my phone, waiting for updates from Brittany, who was telling me the team's here, the team's there, sending me photos. And it was a long day, and it was getting dark when I finally got the message to say that the team had reached the end. I'll go at the back. The relay was finished, and I got these incredible photos through of all the women hugging and smiling and taking a picture at, under the John O'Groats sign, and I don't think it sunk in until many weeks later. Yeah, it's something that will stay with me forever, that feeling of knowing that we've impacted so many women in this way, that we made this impossible, incredible adventure happen, and that we did so much good along the way for the Woodland Trust, but also all the people we met and the inspiration that we passed on to others as the baton kind of went through all these communities.